Hello, hello. My name is Carrie, and I'm so excited that you're here. On this channel, I use zero based budgeting and the cash stuffing method to manage my super inconsistent self employment income. If you're full time self employed, you probably understand what that's like. I'm going to be diving into a little bit of a debt confession and talking about my money specifically as it relates to my debt, updating my balances, and sharing where everything is at as of the month of May. So, this is the end of May, all of the statement balances that have generated since then. So, let's get into it. All right, to get started, in my last video, I actually wrote down all of the balances as of, well, this was April's statements or like the middle of, so I did my debt video like sort of in the middle of May or like right after some of the May statements have generated. So I'm going to be updating it today and doing it as of the end of the month, and going forward it will be, I will I will continue to calculate what the beginning of the month is, what the balances are as of the end of the previous month's statements generating. So let me grab a different color pen. So I'm going to start with, we have five main debts, two credit cards, as you can see here, two Chase cards, a PayPal line of credit for my business, my online business that I run, CarMax for our truck, and a little bit of tax debt due to the IRS. So I'm going to update these as of the end of May's statement. So we're going to do the Chase number one. So that was the balance. The balance now is interest rate and all that is the same. We've been paying $125 a month. We're actually thinking about paying this off sooner. And we're going to be doing some stuff. I'm going to be talking about it in this video. Seeing, or not doing some stuff, but we're thinking of doing some stuff rather, that we really want to be able to pay everything off a lot faster. So we do have some ideas in mind to help us accomplish that. Maybe sell our truck for one. What's the interest rate for this? Yes. Once I have these updated numbers, I'll be able to update these sheets, and these are sheets that are going to be like a running total, so you can see the date, repayment amount, balance, and I'm going to update those. Some of them have had two payments, like this one for example. You can see this was two payments of $125 since the sort of middle of May or early part of May, and two statements have generated since then, and some of them zero statements have generated since then, like this one. So there won't be a lot of payment amounts there. But I'm going to keep this sheet ongoing. Let's see. So that I can track my progress. I think this one is pretty high interest rate. And then as you can see here, my total debt in the sort of end of April time was $28,217.52. So I will be writing the new total at the end of this month, which I think might have actually gone up a little bit. We'll see, simply because of interest and things like that. Okay. I'm just going to write this down real quick. Okay. Let's see. The minimum on this one is 311. I don't know what the interest rate is on this IRS debt because there are no statements that generate. You just log in online and you look at your balance. I pay $250 on the 15th of every month. So I don't even know. I mean, I think I calculated the goal payoff, yeah, would be like 1125. Um, so, and then this one is 825. So those are several years away. One thing we were thinking of doing is selling our truck, which we have already gotten a quote from CarMax. If we sold it back to them, they would give us, it's worth $18,000, and as you can see, we owe about 5,200. So if we sold it to them for 18,000 and they took away the amount of the loan to cover the loan, then we would end up with what, 12,800, I think. Um, so then that would be enough to pay off this debt and this debt and still have some in the bank if we wanted to. We can roll over some more to this debt. That would make us a one car family, which is relatively okay because I work from home, he works from home. We don't really go a lot of places. If you watch any of my cash stuffing videos, you'll see that we only set aside like 20 to 30, $40 a month for gas in total because we don't really go a lot of places. Any places that we go in the state are for our travel blog or something like that is paid by the business, so our personal account doesn't have to cover that. So let's add all these up and see where we're at for the end of May. Oops. I can't really talk and calculate at the same time, but because I will totally just get off track. Okay, so we're at 28,107.17 as of the statement balances generated at the end of the month. So as you can see here, we paid out how much money? A lot of money. Somewhere in the thousand range of debt, and we only went down $100. And that is mostly because of how high these interest rates are. Like this one is very high, this one is very high. The IRS one, I think, is around $50, $60 a month. So anyway, that's a total updated amount for the month of May. Set this aside for now. Now what we're going to do is update our payments for these so we can track our progress. Let me grab this pen. Keep it congruent. Alright, so we've had two payments since this last one. We had one on 4/24, was $125, and the balance was $842.95. Then I paid another one on 5/24, $125, and now the new balance is yes. So from 9:52 to 7:39, it is around 200. Well, you can see it's not exactly $200, but it's like 200 and what is that, $20 that we paid down because there was a little bit of interest on this one as well. I might come back and calculate our repayment progress, like how much we've been able to pay down versus, well, let's see, if it's almost 1,000 and we paid down around 220, that would be 20% or something like that. So I'll calculate that and maybe color in this progress bar here. But let's continue on with our balances. The only one payment we've had since this balance has changed, this was $381.08, and the balance is $51.98.88. So that actually went up a little bit, which means that since I recorded my previous video, which was only like a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe, this amount has actually gone up. So there's actually not really any amount that has been, well, it's because the interest on this went up a little bit since the last statement generated. All right, let's see. Chase card number 2 made a payment on 5/25 for $179. New statement balance is 50. Well, let's see. I wrote it down. think I wrote this down. Oh, let me look at my new. I was going to say, I think I wrote that down incorrectly. All right, so it was 57, 90, 42. Okay, so that one went down a little bit. The minimum payment changes every month if the balance goes up. I mean, this amount went up a little bit, and it's because we paid like $211 in interest. So it was more than our payment, which is just insane. I mean, you can see the interest rate here. And so I looked at the statement, and we have paid somewhere in the range of like over $1,000 in interest just this year, and it's been 5 months. So this is something that we're definitely thinking, my husband and I, of paying off sooner than later. And you can kind of see why. See, I made a payment on 5/5 for 3/11, and the total for the PayPal credit is so. As you can see here, the amount also went down slightly on this one, even though I paid $311. Um, this amount here is a really high interest rate as well. I actually did purchase two things on this. It was like a $25 pass that we needed for a subscription for the business, and then something from Amazon. But as you can see, I mean, $311, and then the amount barely goes down at all. So this is also another high priority. These two are really high priority, and of course the IRS debt is also a high priority as well. So we made a payment on, let's see, 5/15, and that was $250. Total remaining $76.37.40. All right, so that one also went up a little bit. I know there's no statements that are generated for this. Like I said, it's just basically log into your account and see what the total is on that day. So this one is a little bit harder to keep track of because sometimes, so after we made our payment, it was this, and then it has been multiple days since then, weeks, and it's not, I haven't made my next payment yet on 6/15, so that balance will change. All right, so let's put this updated amount here. So after all of those payments that we made, I actually do want to add those up really quickly. So let's clear this out. So total minimum payments / payments due that we paid last month were $1,248, oh sorry, $46.08, and our amounts went down less than $100, or slightly over $100, like $110. That's really discouraging. It's one of those things where you put a lot of money towards your debt, and I'm actually going to write this down. $1,246.08 in payments. You put a lot of money towards your debt, and then, because of the interest rates or something like that, how it just builds up every day and it compounds on each other, you end up with basically owing more than you paid or barely less than you paid. So yeah, if we sold our truck, we would be able to pay off 3 debts because we wouldn't have this car payment anymore, the truck payment. We wouldn't have this one, and we wouldn't have this payment. So let's add that up and see. If we took away these 3 payments a month, basically we would cut our debt payments in half, $685, and we would be able to pay off more than half of the debt that we owe. Well, the accounts rather, not the debt. This is a large amount together. So that's kind of what we're thinking of doing. It would also reduce our monthly outflow for insurance that we pay on the truck, for the gas we pay on the truck, car maintenance, all those things. Registration is coming up this summer for the truck as well. So it's something that we're thinking about doing. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Should we sell our truck? I can put a picture here of what it looks like. But we also have another smaller car. It's a Ford, and it's very, very easy on the gas. It's a hatchback. So it's something that would, be much more cost effective for the short term, and then we can always, upgrade later or do something more then. So would love to know your thoughts on what you think. We'd be able to knock out 3 debts in 1 month, which would feel really, really great. And then we'd be able to roll those payments into these other 2 debts and basically put our monthly debt payments in half. So then we would be able to save more, also pay off the other debts faster. I do have another small business loan from the SBA that we're going to be paying that off when we sell the business here within the year, but that could also be paid down a lot faster as well. Everything would basically snowball into a better situation for us. So that is all I have today. Thank you so much for watching. Would love to know your feedback and your thoughts on what you would do or what you think we should do. So that's the updated balance for the end of May, and then I will be back in June for the end of June's balance and to update whether or not we sold our truck. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe for future videos all about cash stuffing, budgeting, and debt confession. I hope you have an awesome day and I'll see you next time. Bye.